Once upon a time, there was a young man named Robert. He lived in a small town, surrounded by field or green and a sky that stretches endlessly above him. On the outside, Robert appeared to have tall, a loving family, good friends, and a peaceful life. Yet, within him, there was an invisible war he fought every single day. It was a war no one could see, but one that defined it, his every decision, his every move. The war within Robert was the battle for self belief. Growing up, Robert had always been shy. He was the kind of person who blended into the background, avoiding attention at all costs. He'd often hear the voices of others, his teachers, his friends, even his family, tell him he was capable of great things. They told him that he had a natural gift for art, for storytelling, for leadership. But no matter how many times people told him he had talent, Robert could not believe it in his mind. He was never good enough, never smart enough, never strong enough. The voices of doubt were louder than the voices to encouragement. In his heart, he felt like an imposter, walking through life pretending to be something he was not. He would spend hours starting at his reflection in the mirror, wondering why he was not more confident, more assertive, more like the pupil he admired. It felt like there was a wall inside him, a wall built by his own fear and insecurity, stopping him from reaching for the things he truly wanted. One day, an opportunity came that would change Robert's life. That town annual festival was approaching, and they were looking for someone to lead the parade. It was a big responsibility, one that required creativity, confidence, and leadership. Everyone in town knew that Robert had the skill to do it, but when the town council approached him with the offer, he froze. I cannot, he sighed, his voice trembling. I am not the right person. I am not a leader. But the town council did not give up. They encouraged him to take a chance, to step outside of his comfort zone. They told him that this could be his moment to show the world and himself what he was truly capable of. But Robert was too consumed by fear. The voices in his head screamed louder than ever, telling him that he was unworthy, that he would fail, that everyone would laugh at him. So he declined. For day after day, Robert wrestled with the decision. He could not shake the feeling that he had missed something important, but at the same time, he could not bring himself to face the possible of failure. It was not until one evening, while sitting by a quiet lake, that he had an epiphany. As the sun dipped below the horizon, he thought about everything he had told himself over the year. He thought about the voices of doubts that had shaped his life, and the way they had convinced him that he was nothing more than the sum of his fears. But then he asked himself one simple question: what if the real failure is not trying at all? In that moment, Robert realized something profound. The war he had been fighting was not against the water or against other people. The real battle was within himself. It was the war between the personal he thought he was and the person he was meant to be. For so long, he had listened to the doubts in his head and let them dictate his life. But now, he understood that the only way to win this war was to challenge those doubts and take action despite them. The next morning, Robert made a decision. He would take the opportunity to lead the parade. He would no longer let fear control him. It was not about being perfect. It was about pushing through the discomfort and embracing the possibility of growth. He might stumble, he might make mistakes, but that would not define him. What mattered was that he tried. When the day of the festival arrived, Robert stood at the front of the parade, holding his head high. The people in the crowd cheered, and for the first time in his life, he felt the weight of his fear start to lift. He had taken the step. He had chosen to fight the war within him and had come out victorious. Not because everything worked perfectly, but because he dared to believe in himself. That day, Robert learned that the greatest battle we face are often the ones we fight inside our own minds. The voices of doubts, fear, and insecurity will always be there, but the true warrior is the one who chooses to listen to the voice of possibility, the voice that tells us we are capable of more than we think. The war within Robert did not end that day, but he had won the most important battle, the battle for belief in himself. And as he walked through life after that, he understood that no matter what challenges come his way, the power of overcome them had always been within him. All he had to do was choose belief. The war is within you too. You are capable of more than you know. Choose to believe in yourself, and the world will open up in a ways you never imagined.